Hey guys, Ben here. Welcome back to another live stream today. This is the DCTV show episode 86. We are live and it's just me today. So I'm going to be answering your questions, going through all the topics that we have. I have to say, heads up, it's been a relatively quiet week in terms of like DC news in general. So nothing too crazy that we need to talk about apart from some big rumors, which definitely is referred to in the title of this live stream. So yeah, we're going to talk about that, talk about Superman Lois, and also talk about the Flash. But as always, but especially with this stream, I need you guys to be active in the chat and also be sending in super chats. Now, how do you send in super chats? Well, super chats obviously support the channel, and at the same time, you get to ask me questions on the live stream, and I'll be able to answer them, and I'll put them up on the screen, just like this. What's up, Mr. Brick Fan? And yeah, so basically, how you send in super chats for those of you guys who aren't regulars and don't know how to do it, which is fair enough. All you have to do is you click the $ and then you click super chat and then you type in whatever you want, any theory, any question, any topic that you feel like you can send in via the super chat function, and I'll be sure to answer it. So you can do as little or as small as you want. I think there's like a minimum on sending in questions, but anyway, so that's kind of how you do that. So thank you to everyone who obviously supports the channel by doing super chats, by being a member and everything like that. I see Tom is in the chat. Tom has been a member for 17 months. So shout out to Tom for being a super friend. And also Cal is in the chat. Nathan's in the chat. Both respectively members normally. And yeah, so let's talk about today's main topic. And like I said, please be sure to send in any theories, any topics you want me to talk about. So actually, before we get into today's main topic, we'll be going over what Tom has just asked. So Tom has sent in a £2 super chat. Thank you very much, Tom, for the support towards the channel. Tom says, out of the DCTV League, who'd you cast as the Justice League of America? So if I was to cast my own Justice League out of, the DCTV Justice League lineup that we had in, Crisis on Infinite Earths and, these different crossover events, definitely, I mean, if we're like disregarding basically, the fact that half of these shows aren't around, half of these actors aren't around, I'm going to say probably my favorite lineup for a Justice League of America would be Supergirl, The Flash, obviously, Superman. Then I think Batwoman, Black Lightning. Who else is good? Oh, I was totally misinterpreting it. So that's probably who I would do out of the Arrowverse characters, but out of the DCTV show league, that's where you got me confused there, Tom. So Tom is meaning out of all of the members and out of everyone who we cast as Justice League members. Okay, so I'm the Flash, obviously. Tom is Superman. Nathan is... Who's Nathan? Nathan's Green Arrow for sure. Cal can be the Atom. I don't know. This is like a random thing that I'm thinking of. Who else do we have? Jamie. Jamie can be... Who can Jamie be? He could be like... I'm gonna just say a random character, but he could be like... I guess... Who would I say for Jamie? Maybe... I don't know if I want to say that. But maybe like Dr. Fate. I know he's not in DCTV. If I think Arrowverse for Jamie, I'm probably going to say... Probably... What Arrow characters do we have? Like, I'm really blanking right here. I'm trying to think Arrow, specifically. Maybe Jamie could be like Roy. Jamie can work with Nathan. So that's our DCTV show league. Obviously, we have Danny as well. Maybe Danny can be a speedster just like me. He could be like Kid Flash. Um, Wild dog for Jamie. That would be funny. Yeah, so that's kind of the inside kind of DCTV league on the channel. So if you want to be a member and be part of the DCTV show league and obviously join the members live streams like we did just before Christmas, please be sure to become a member today. Well, we actually do have a new member of the channel, and that is Willie Jackson. So shout out to Willie Jackson for becoming a super friend. That is very cool. I really appreciate you becoming a member. Willie, if you have an Instagram, comment it in the chat. We'll add you to our DCTV show members chat, and you'll be invited to come on to the members live streams if you want to come. Obviously, it's optional. I know not everyone's comfortable in front of the camera. If you don't have many ideas about like the Arrowverse, DCTV, DCEU, and stuff, like you don't need to come on if you don't want to, if you don't feel confident. But that's kind of what we talk about, obviously. But yeah, shout out to Willie. Cal Roswell, a member of the channel, sends in a super chat. Thank you very much, Cal. Cal says, "Is the Flash getting delayed later than February?" So Cal is coming in with the Gary Gammon question. The answer to that is, as of right now, it looks like everything's going to plan, and it should come out in February, where it has been slated to actually come out. So I'm going to say for now, very little chance it's going to get delayed, especially because they've started releasing stuff for the new season. I would be surprised if they delayed it. So yeah, they're trying to build up the hype. They've released a trailer. They'll release more trailers. And yeah, so I don't think so. But thank you very much, Cal, for the super chat. Okay, we have two more super chats that have just come in from Atlantic Ocean with a 449 super chat. Thank you very much, Atlantic Ocean. I really appreciate the super chats. Atlantic says, when the Flash movie trailer debuts at the Super Bowl next February, I hope you'll have lots of footage of Sasha as Supergirl. So I think we talked about this before, but I'm the same. I would love to see more of the Supergirl part of the Flash film in some of the trailers that they released before, obviously, the film comes out. And I think we will see at least like a couple of trailers that are Supergirl centric. Obviously, we're going to cover it on the channel because I know a lot of us are Supergirl fans, like myself and like Atlantic Ocean. We're all excited to see Sasha's version of Supergirl on the big screen. And so, yeah, I hope so too. Okay, Atlantic Ocean sends in another super chat. Thank you once again. Atlantic says, with all the things on Ezra this year, do you think she will get a lot of promo, or will he still get the majority of viewing? So I'm not sure, really. I feel like they can't really shy away from Ezra that much, only due to the fact that with Ezra, he is the main star of the film. Like, there's even two different versions of himself in the film. So it's going to be very hard to market it in a way that kind of shies away from him. Like, it just logistically doesn't make much sense in terms of like what footage they're going to use. Like, are they going to exclusively pretty much just use like Supergirl and Michael Keaton Batman footage? Like, I don't think that is like necessarily sustainable for them. So yeah, I'm gonna say they're gonna stick to, doing a mix. I think it'll be a mix of everything, if I'm being completely honest. Like, of course, Ezra's done bad things, and he obviously is going to be in big trouble about the future of the DCU. But for now, I think, yeah, definitely, they're probably not going to be, like heavily focused on just Supergirl or something. And yes, thank you, Mayata. I forgot about that, or it just like slipped my mind. Ezra Miller does use they them. Sorry, yeah, I just hit the Christmas tree. Sorry. Hey Sarah and hey Tom. No problem. Have a good night, Tom, if you have to go away. Okay, so let's move on to talk about our first main topic of today. And once again, if you want to support the channel and you want to be featured, obviously on the live stream like we just did with all the super chats, please be sure to send them in now. There can be any theories, questions, or kind of topics that you come up with yourself, and we'll be sure to break it down. Okay, so we have Green Lantern. This is our first topic. I've got my notes over here, so if you see me look that way, that's why I'm looking that way. But basically, there's an article, and I'm gonna bring this article up on the screen. Give me a second, guys, because this article is basically about James Gunn, who responds to the claim that HBO Max's Green Lantern series has been axed. Now, if you guys remember recently, the Green Lantern series is actually the show that Greg Berlanti has been working on, but it recently just got basically the original screenplays that they were going to use and the original story has been changed to a Jon Stewart show instead of like a kind of joint Green Lantern show. Anyway, I'm sure the article will explain it. What's up, Andy? Welcome to the live stream. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this. So pay attention, guys. This is big. James Gunn is clearing things up about the fate of HBO Max's Green Lantern series, which has been in development for years now, after a publication said that the show had been scrapped and would no longer move forward. The new DC Studios co-head debunked the rumor and called it fake. Obviously, you can see it here. It was on Twitter. If we click on it, we can see it was CBR, but they deleted the article. Oh, look, there's Andy down there. Okay, they go on to say, the Green Lantern series has been in development since 2019 with Arrow producer Greg Berlanti behind the project. In October of this year, it was reported that the focus of the show had shifted. Originally, the series would center on Guy Gardner and Alan Scott, with Finn Wittrock and Jeremy Irvine in the roles, respectively. However, the refocus would be on Jon Stewart, one of DC's first black superheroes and one of the longest-serving Green Lanterns, obviously in the comics. Excuse my nose, it's a bit stuffy. So, Green Lantern was confirmed to be in development back in 2019 with Strange Adventures. Berlanti touted the DC properties would be creations for the streaming platform, unlike anything seen on television. And yeah, that's just a description. And in August, it was revealed that Stranger Adventures would not be moving forward. And yeah, that's pretty much the article. And obviously, I don't have the context of like the original article because it's been deleted. However, you can see what they say here. They said that the show had been scrapped; it would not be moving forward, and they just said, well, James Gunn specifically said it's fake, like it's not real, and that obviously kind of confirms, at least for now, it's still in development. Now we don't know if it's actually going to come, and yeah. Also, I see your comment, Andy. Yeah, I just saw the tweet briefly, but yeah, like it just obviously is just a clickbait kind of article that is going to garner a lot of attention. I'm going to actually click on Andy's thing. Yeah, so Andy was in communication with HBO Max and Warner Brothers TV last week about the Green Lantern TV show. There have not been any changes made as the show is still in development. So there you go. That is Andy's, obviously, earlier take on what was going on. But basically, this just means that the show is still moving forward. They're going to go ahead with the Jon Stewart angle that they recently announced. Obviously, that's a good thing because I think Jon Stewart is a really cool character. Obviously, with the Arrowverse, we've been specifically thinking, oh, maybe, you know, like John Digger was going to be the Arrowverse's Jon Stewart. But what happened with that happened, and there is potential for them to go back to it in Superman and Lois if they want to do that. But as of right now, it seems, they're going to go ahead with this, and it's potentially going to be coming out sometime soon. I don't know when, but probably in the next 5 years. Like, honestly, this project has been around since 2019. I know there was the pandemic, and now it's 2022. So 3 years, I guess, is not that bad compared to some shows and some films. However, it obviously has taken a long time, so people are naturally skeptical. Is this thing going to come? Is it not going to come? What is going on? And so, it's kind of good to hear that at least it's still moving forward, still in active development, although nothing big has changed for now. Yeah. So that is kind of our main topic of today. So this is just a rumor that was obviously spread by CBR, but now it's been debunked. So we can, go ahead and get excited for a Green Lantern show. I have to ask you guys, are you excited for a Green Lantern show? Would this be something that you're very much so looking forward to, a Jon Stewart Green Lantern show on HBO Max? I definitely think I would be really interested in a Jon Stewart Green Lantern show because, yeah, like I said, I'm a big fan of the character. He's very cool in the DC animated universe specifically is where I love him because he was great in like Justice League Unlimited and all of those shows. So, yeah. I definitely have a fond place for Jon Stewart in my heart, so I look forward to the show, and I really hope it actually does happen. But as of right now, there is definitely the worry that this has been in development for a while, so things could happen. So let me know. Cal in the chat says, "I am wondering when the Green Lantern show will come out." Yeah, so that's the same for me, and I think it's the same for everyone. I don't know. No one has really any insight because they're just developing the show right now. But I would guess in the next 5 years. Like maybe they start filming in like 2 years and they release it in like 3 years. I don't know how far. Like they literally scrapped the entire project and they restarted it. So they'll like rewrite all the episodes and everything. Mayata says, "I wouldn't care for a Green Lantern show." Okay, fair enough. Cal says he's excited. Andy says, "Think about it this way. When it comes to Green Lantern, how many years did HBO try and get a GOT prequel / spinoff? They want to get it right." Yeah, it's true. So if you take it like that, Green Lantern show is probably going to happen at some point. Okay. Nathan says, "I wonder how many other lanterns we'll see." Well, since they are specifically calling out Jon Stewart, I guess I question a little bit about like since they're scrapping like the other show that would have been more about the different lanterns than just like one specific lantern. I question if there's going to be many lanterns. There might be just a few, or there could be none. We'll have to wait and see. So David Ramsey isn't in fact working on a Green Lantern show. He's working on a different Arrowverse show called Justice U. It's actually obviously obviously Diggle's in it, but they haven't said anything specifically to do with Green Lantern. Obviously, this is just something that fans want, and they've teased obviously with Diggle's story. But yeah, so right now, no Green Lantern show, apart from the HBO Max one. All right, so let's move on to my next topic. So this stream probably is going to be about like 40-ish minutes. So if you want to send in any other super chats, please be sure to send them in. I do realize that it's quite late, and also, I normally stream earlier, so I understand if you English people are a bit tired, like Tom, going to sleep. But yeah, I also uploaded a video earlier today. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. It's on the channel right now. It's about Superman and Lois, and we're actually going to be talking about the same topic that I go through in that video. So it's just going to be me kind of like going over, recapping, but also theorizing with you guys, because I think you guys will have some theories. So if you look at my screen right now, we have an article which basically reveals the 4 titles of Superman and Lois's new episodes in season 3. So let's go over this. All right, so it basically says episode 1 of season 3 is titled Closer. Now, if you look at the synopsis, or you've read it, or you've watched my video, you will know that basically they tease at the start. Lois and Clark are going to be having kind of like a romantic bliss. That's how they described it. They're going to be having some romantic bliss for a while, and that's what I think the Closer title for this new episode of Superman and Lois is referring to. But like I said in my video earlier today, I'm pretty sure it could mean more than just Clark and Lois. It could mean everyone is a bit closer, like Sarah and Jordan. They're a bit closer because now Jordan's revealed his secret. It seems Lana and Kyle are moving in a certain direction after what happened at the end of last season. Also, you have, I guess, Chrissy and this new love interest who are getting closer. There is many characters that, you know, this can be related to. I guess the same thing could go for John Henry and also Natalie, because they've been through a lot, and I don't know where they're going to be at in this season, but there's always a chance that they are closer, as it says. So that is the episode 1 title. Let me know, what do you guys think about it? Let me know in the chat, and I'll be sure to comment upon what you guys think. Okay, so let's go back to episode 2. Here we go, looking at the article. So season 3, episode 2, titled Uncontrollable Forces. Now, what does uncontrollable forces mean? So as I theorized about before, and I will say it, go check out the video if you want full analysis from me and like a proper breakdown. But for now, on live stream, I'm going to tell you what I think uncontrollable forces could be referring to. So, obviously, Superman and Lois face big threats always, and they're going to be facing big threats this season. That's for sure. There's no question about that. Now, this uncontrollable threat or uncontrollable force could definitely be Bruno Mannheim, who has been teased to be one of the main villains of Superman and Lois's new season. However, I said this before, but I think uncontrollable sounds more kind of maybe supernatural. So maybe we're dealing with like a villain of the week. Or it could literally just mean that, like, you know, Bruno Mannheim's intergang is just way too uncontrollable for Superman. Like, it's way too big. It's a huge network of, you know, people that are working obviously for Bruno Mannheim, and they're the uncontrollable forces because, again, it is a it's plural, it's forces, not just an uncontrollable force. It's not just Bruno Mannheim if it is about him. So yeah, very interesting. Let me know, what do you guys think about that? I'm just checking the chat here. Cal says, I'm excited to see this new Jonathan. Me too. I'm excited to see Jonathan as well. It's going to be pretty cool. I wonder how they handle it. That's my main question as of right now. Russell says, I would love to see the new Jordan in a clip or teaser before the show premieres. Yeah, it's actually the new Jonathan, but it, you know, I get it. It's very confusing. Yeah, me too. I would love to see it. I'm pretty sure when they release the trailer, you will see him. Nathan says, isn't Intergang the subject Diggle and John spoke about last season? Yes, that's in fact correct. That's exactly what they talked about because they were teasing Bruno Mannheim, who has been cast for Superman Lois's new season. Plus, also, they were teasing Intergang. So and also they were in Black Adam. Fun fact. Okay, so episode 3 of season 3 is titled In Cold Blood. Now, what does that refer to? I think it's pretty obvious, guys. It's definitely referring to some sort of murder or someone's death. Definitely in cold blood, so it's like a cold-blooded murder. Now, I don't know who's getting killed or what's going on, but definitely it's the big bad or one of the villains who is the cold-blooded killer, right? So is it Bruno Mannheim? Is it someone else? Right now, your best guess is my best guess, but definitely I would point towards Bruno because that's where all signs and all paths are kind of leading as of right now. And then we have the episode 4 title, which is titled Too Close to Home. Now, Too Close to Home, if you've read the synopsis, things are going to get a bit messy for Lois and her family when she goes undercover. And so potentially the threats are going to be coming after her and her family. And so this villain is merciless. But even with Superman, who is willing to move heaven and earth for his family, that might not even be enough. So there you go. That is exactly what they say. And so I think too close to home means this villain, this threat, is going to be coming close to Smallville and literally in Smallville rather than being, say, specifically in, a place like Metropolis, which obviously they don't live in right now, but maybe Lois goes over there and that is like part of her investigation, at least for a chunk of the season, maybe at the start of the season. So that's obviously a theory as of right now. But yeah, that's kind of my theories about these 4 titles. Tell me, what do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Also, if you have any big questions, like I said, as always, send them in, super chat them, and we'll be sure to pop them up on screen and answer them as we're on the Superman Lois topic. Like I said, there's not too many extra topics today, so I am relying on you guys now because really this week has been pretty dry in terms of like Flash news. We had a very crazy week, the other week before Christmas, where we had the Flash trailer, we had the Superman Lois photos, we had like this Lex Luthor rumor, we had Flash photos, synopsis, everything like that. It was kind of crazy. Titles, we got the titles here of Superman Lois. So yeah, we've caught up with everything, and if you guys have anything you want me to specifically talk about, let me know in the chat. Or yeah, okay. I don't see anything wrong with the ideas of the Arrowverse. Do you think John Henry might gain the name Steel along with the emblem on the suit? Yeah, that's definitely something that is highly possible. I think that's going to happen sooner rather than later, Nathan, if I'm being completely honest, because I don't feel like they're going to wait too long to do that because Steel was obviously a big thing in the comics and like John Henry is a big thing on the show. Oh yeah, you're number 1, Nathan. Good counting. I didn't even realize. But yeah, so Steel definitely could properly be a thing very soon. Mr. Brickfan says, I think Diggle might be in a couple of episodes of season 3 because of the discussion of Intergang. Yeah, considering that he was the one to tease the story and introduce it to John Henry, and obviously John Henry is going to be supposedly heavily involved in it, I'm thinking Diggle does return for a couple of episodes. I believe that David Ramsey is actually directing maybe 1 or 2 episodes this season. I don't know how many episodes we're specifically going to be getting, but normally it's about like 13 to 15 episodes. So yeah. Mum Jeans, cool name, in the chat says, when do you think we'll get more set photos for The Flash? So they are still filming as far as I'm aware, but I haven't really seen many set photos as of recent. I think that's a question for Canada Grass specifically. Like, I don't know, they might have just been like filming indoors a lot. That's why we haven't seen loads of new photos. Oh, Andy says in the chat they are actually on hiatus. Well, yeah, it's like the holidays right now, so that makes sense, Andy. Thank you for shouting and saying that in the chat. So that's why there's no photos because they're on hiatus. It is the holiday break, and I presume they return in January, is what I guess my best guess would be. And then Willie Jackson, the new member of the channel, says that will Tom's Reverse Flash return for the final season of The Flash? I'm fairly confident he will. Now, I don't know when he's going to show up, why he's going to show up, and what's going to happen. I would suggest it should be to do with like something to do at the end of the season and kind of to wrap the show up, considering this is the final season of The Flash. So definitely, I think he should be in the finale or the second to last episode. And I've said this before, but I also think that it should be to do with him running back in time, being chased by Barry as they go to the night that Barry's mum is murdered. Okay. Cal Roswell sends in another super chat. Thank you very much, Cal, for the $4.99 super chat. Cal says, "How many seasons do you think Superman and Lois have had?" So this is a very relevant question as of right now, and I like that you asked that, Cal, because I've talked about it, but I don't feel like I've talked about it properly. I think that right now every show on the CW is on the chopping block. Like there is very little chance that most of the shows continue. And I think right now, Superman and Lois, despite being probably one of the best performing shows on the network, is definitely at the risk of, cancellation. And now, obviously, they could build some sort of proper ending into this season, but I would say, there's definitely the chance that they have to consider this could be their final season, despite it being only season 3 and it's a very popular show. So yeah, that's kind of like my thoughts on, they're definitely going to have to consider it because like there is no way that they can't consider not being cancelled because it's just not a thing that happens now. Like this is the CW, this is the reality that Nexstar has brought to the network and to the shows that are on this specific network. So yeah, not looking good. So I'm gonna say there is a high chance that season 3 could be the final season of Superman and Lois. But at the same time, I have to mention it's one of the best performing shows on the network. So there's always the chance that they feel, oh, we can have it for like one more season. And then, beyond that, then they might be like, okay, season 4 is your last season. So I think with the CW at the moment, there's little chance that it goes beyond like a season 4. But I'm going to say it's very likely season 3 is going to be the final season because of the way things are going with CW right now. So yeah, thank you very much, Cal, for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Good question. And if any of you want to send in any other super chats, please be sure to send them in now because, as I said, this is going to be a shorter stream. As you can see, I'm kind of struggling with my nose. It's a bit running all of a sudden. Plus, it's very late here in England. So yeah, please be sure to continue sending in any topics. I'll go ahead and read through the chat because, like I said, been pretty much radio silent on the Flash this week, so not much to talk about in regards to that. Obviously, we've been, picking up on these little theories like Reverse Flash and everything like that. But out of any characters in the Arrowverse, who would you want to return in the Flash season 9? I want Zoom, Cisco, Ralph, and Oliver Queen. So first up, they're not going to bring back Ralph. I think we've talked about this recently. It's too controversial. They're never going to bring back Ralph. Sorry if you're a fan of him, but it's just very unlikely to happen. Cisco, very likely. I'd say he's the number one most likely person to come back, because he is such a pivotal part of the show. And I don't think it's that much of a far stretch to say, oh, maybe he's coming back. Maybe Carlos Valdez would be down to come back, because he was like a big character for a long time. Zoom, yeah, that would be cool. Teddy Sears, who plays that is your number 2, Nathan, who plays Hunter Zolomon, aka Zoom, has expressed wanting to come back. So, there is that. That is obviously a big plus for Zoom. So, yeah, quite likely. And then Oliver Queen. Now, this is like the number one fan favorite that everyone wants to come back, because obviously, I just had a brain fart, but I don't know what I was saying. Oliver Queen is what I was saying, and Oliver Queen, they obviously want him. Well, we want him because that's where the Flash first showed up. That's what I was trying to say. I don't know why it took so long, but yeah. So he showed up in the Scientist episode, and that's kind of what spawned the Flash and Grant Gustin's iteration of the character. And so, yeah, I definitely think there is a chance. I hope Stephen comes back. It's really down to him. I feel like Eric Wallace is going to at least try and do it. But for me personally, obviously I want Stevens, Oliver to come back. But I would also love Supergirl, obviously, because of their super friend connection. Like, they are amazing together, and I've always loved that. And their crossovers are some of my absolute favorites. So I would so love Melissa to come back. I'm not banking on it, because it's definitely a stretch, because she is very, very busy, and I just don't think it would be realistic for me to kind of predict that she's coming back, or to even get you guys hyped up, because the sad truth is she's very busy, which is not sad at all, but I'm saying the sad truth for Supergirl fans. If you are expecting Melissa to come back as Supergirl, I'm going to say it's very, very unlikely as of right now. However, that would be my pick, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Welcome, Our Watch. I see you, member of the channel for 8 months. Shout out to Our Watch. So basically, what we were talking about Our Watch in terms of the title and everything, obviously I was just teasing everyone. Basically, there was this rumor going around, and it was like by an official site, CBR, and they basically said that Green Lantern on HBO Max was cancelled. But it turns out, and now it's been debunked by James Gunn and also Andy, obviously of the Flash podcast. He comes onto the streams regularly. They were both, well, Andy was told that it's actually still happening, and so it's not cancelled, the Green Lantern show. But James Gunn also commented on Twitter that this was fake, and so yeah, and it's definitely not Legends. Legends is not coming back, and yeah. Anyway, so that's what we were talking about earlier. But thanks for tuning in, Our Watch. I appreciate it. But as we go into our last 5 minutes of the live stream, please be sure to send in any final super chats. But also, if you want to become, part of the greater DCTV league or family, whatever you want to call it, you can get merch here using this link. It's in the description below. You can get your merch, and obviously you'll be supporting the channel. And yeah, so here's the link once again. I know Nathan has some. I know Danny has some. Who was Flash Freak, and other people have got merch as well. So thank you so much to everyone who has been buying the merchandise and supporting the channel. Obviously, that's just another way to support the channel, as well as watching the videos, being a member, being someone that sends in super chats. So yeah, we've got some cool designs for the merch as of right now, but at some point in the near future, we'll have some new designs out. And for those of you who want to see those new designs, please be sure to, stay active on the channel and everything. But first things first, get the first designs, because we're going to be, when we introduce the new designs, we'll probably be switching out the old designs. So it's going to be it's still like a limited edition kind of deal where there will be the first round, and then there'll be the second round of stuff, and then maybe in the future we'll bring back some of the most loved pieces of merchandise. But yeah, so if you want to buy merch, now is the time to buy merch before we bring out anything new, because like I said, that's going to replace it. Paigey is going to be sent one straight to Australia, straight to Sydney, and it has to be in a DC. It has to be in a video, or it has to be a live burning on the after party. That's the only thing I can accept, and I stand by that. So yeah, if they even ship to Australia, Paige is gonna get one for sure. I would love to see Legends of Tomorrow as a movie. Love it or hate it. Yeah, I'm not so sure. I mean, I'm not opposed to, like an Arrowverse film or movie. Like, I think that's a really cool idea if they did that, like, an Arrowverse reunion or something, once the Arrowverse is obviously done, and they bring everyone back for one big final crossover. That would be my absolute favorite thing to ever happen. So, yeah. That is true, Nathan. For anyone who is here live, you can see what Nathan just commented. It is resistant, the merch. That's all we can say. But yeah, so let's see if you have any more topics. Do you think Melissa Benoist will be in the Supergirl movie as Sasha's mother, just like the original Supergirl? So I don't think Melissa is old enough to be Sasha's mum. Number one, I think that's a problem. See you later, Cal. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you for coming in and obviously sending super chats. So shout out to Cal. But yeah, as of right now, we don't know if there is a Supergirl film happening or not. So yeah, definitely cool. I would question if she could play the mum. Andy says Melissa could play Allura Zarel in the flashbacks when Kara was just a kid. Yeah, that could be an option. I don't think she would be opposed to showing up, as long as obviously it's worth her time and everything, and it's kind of faithful to her Supergirl. We'll have to wait and see, though. I don't know if that's ever going to be an option. No problem, Nathan. I look forward to you becoming a member again, and if you buy more merch, that's awesome. That is awesome. Let me know. But yeah, I think that pretty much does it for this live stream, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thanks to everyone who has been supporting throughout the live stream, sending in super chats, becoming a member, or just watching, commenting. I appreciate you all. Remember, I released a video earlier today on Superman and Lois Season 3. Go check it out. You guys are going to like it. There is a lot of interesting information and new topics in that. But before we end the live stream, just in time, I've seen Our Watch has sent in one final super chat. He said big $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Our Watch, for supporting the channel like that. Our Watch says, which actors do you think are worth keeping to play other characters in the DCEU? Also, Legends should definitely be a movie, but first maybe adapt into comic with a new lineup and then into movies. Yeah, I think the comic route is definitely viable. They've done that with Dreamer recently from Supergirl. She's been in the comics. Maybe she's going to get more than that. We'll see. So let's talk about the first question. So, which actors do you think are worth keeping to play the characters in the GCU? Well, I think most of the core people are definitely like, they should go with them. So, obviously, I would love to see a Grant Gustin Flash in the films, or I would love to see a Melissa Benoist Supergirl along with Sasha's Supergirl in the films. That would be awesome. But yeah, I guess like your instinct says Stephen Amell as Green Arrow. Like it's very hard to see anyone else as that character now because he has really kind of defined that. I guess Stargirl, Brett Basinger or however you pronounce her name, she would be cool. Black Lightning, I mean, he's awesome. Chris Williams. You could see Melissa playing a movie version of Enchantress. Interesting. We've seen Enchantress in Suicide Squad, so don't know if they would use it, but yeah, maybe. So yeah, I would say Steven's my first answer, and then like Melissa and Grant, obviously, plus like Stargirl and stuff like that. So thank you once again, Watch, for the big final super chat. I really do appreciate it. So for now, I will catch you guys later. And once again, like I said, go watch my latest video and basically stay active for, live stream next week on a Thursday, plus also more videos. Oh, wait, Gary is here. No, Gary's showing up right as we're ending it. I can make an exception for Gary for 2 more minutes, guys. Send in any last questions because Gary is here. He literally showed up as I was saying my goodbyes. I mean, we can keep going for Gary for a minute here. I literally was trying to say goodbye twice in a row, and I've been interrupted so rudely by you guys. Not rudely at all. But wait, welcome Gary to the live stream, literally as we're about to end it. But anyway, let's just go through what other people are saying. Eric says Stargirl deserves season 4. Of course, like I would love it, even though I'm behind on Stargirl. I'm not, I'm not opposed to Stargirl season 4. Like I would love that. I would love all the shows to get more seasons, even Legends. End the stream with a Shazam, Albert says in the super chat. What do you mean, like Shazam? And then I cut to the ending. That would be funny. Thank you very much for the super chat. I'll watch once again. Enchantress was also in Legends, actually. Yeah, that's true. Forgot about that. Oh yeah, and Happy New Year to everyone, as Andy says. Definitely big Happy New Year to everyone. Obviously, hopefully you had a good Christmas or whatever you guys celebrate. I hope you had a good time over the last couple of days or so. And I hope it was relaxing in some way. Obviously, we had a few less videos than normal, just because quite busy. So getting back into the swing of things. So I really appreciate you guys coming to the live stream and everything. Obviously, post Christmas. I will do a Shazam to say goodbye, guys. Okay. I want to see Katie Lotz in Black Canary in the DCU. Yeah, that would be cool. Oh, this is a good one. Our Watch says, "What are your New Year's resolutions for the channel?" So, as you may have noticed, I want to do more DCEU content, and I want to kind of expand the channel beyond just Arrowverse content. So, all DCTV or Arrow or DCU. So that's obviously a thing. I want to continue making those videos. But once again, YouTube's algorithm is very tough to tackle. So sadly, if a video doesn't do good, it's unlikely that I can logistically continue making those videos despite me liking making them. So you guys have to come back. You have to watch every video. Like it really doesn't matter what video it is. If you can watch, you don't even need to listen to it if you don't want to. But I think my videos are interesting, so I definitely think they're worth listening to. But I think my main resolution, so if you guys didn't know, YouTube Shorts is a big thing, and I'm sure you guys are following lots of people that do YouTube Shorts, or you've been flicking through them. It's kind of like TikTok on YouTube, but I want to make DCEU content on there, plus like lists, so like best speedsters in the Arrowverse, or like worst episodes of Supergirl, or worst episodes of The Flash, or best episodes of The Flash, or great Arrow episodes, or someone's secret power, or from a certain show or a certain film. Like, that's something I want to do on the shorts, because if you didn't know, there is a completely different tab now on my YouTube channel that's for shorts, for live streams, and for videos. So I want to do some short stuff because that's big on YouTube, and I think that could be a good way for me to grow my DCEU side of the channel if people take interest in the DCEU shorts. Obviously, the shorts are less kind of risky because they're just kind of short videos that you can make, and maybe you can release quite a few. So yeah, I think that's my main resolution, if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, stay active, and I hope you like the shorts when I do them. Willie says, Ben, I hope you continue to do this. I really enjoy your videos. Well, thank you very much. I will continue to do this for sure. Yeah, so can't wait to see your videos next month for James Gunn's plan. Yeah, that's definitely going to be something obviously high up on the agenda to make in terms of shorts, because DCU is crazy right now, and yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and obviously we can't talk about absolutely everything on the main videos. Obviously, I try and talk as much as I can, but the algorithm doesn't really like when you kind of stray from what you're normally doing. Plus, right now, obviously, with the Arrowverse shows not on, it's actually hard to get a lot of people back and watching, because people aren't like actively searching online the Flash season 9 theories, or Superman Lois season 3 theories, or whatever. So right now it's like you have to make videos and on news and anything you can kind of get, but also some crazy theories which people like. Obviously, I like doing crazy theories too. But yeah. I see you guys freaking out in the chat. You guys think Gary is dead. I don't know. Gary, I'm sure you're here. We are extending the stream just for Gary. No, but I like doing this. You're number 3, Ben. Ooh. I don't think that's my record. My record's like 5 or more. Do you guys have any other things you want to ask me? And I'll answer them as we wait for Gary. I'm just scrolling up, guys. Scrolling through the chat. Mr. Brick fan said, I hope the Diggle show still happens, Justice Hugh. I really want more other shows, and I don't want them to all end with the Flash and Superman and Lois. Yeah, I completely agree, because like it's just absolutely, it would be stupid. It would be a waste if they just ended the Arrowverse like that. You're not intrigued anymore. Ooh. Yeah. I mean, right now, it's unlikely it's gonna probably be like a whole show. But we'll have to wait and see if it actually happens. Henry Cavill's still Superman, maybe in the future, but not on the next like few films, I guess. Give Naomi a second chance, Michael said earlier. Yeah, I guess, but there was just not enough like attention on my Naomi specifically. So yeah, not sure about that. Diggle Show, that is an interesting title. Welcome to the Diggle Show. Yeah, imagine if it was actually titled that. As of right now, like Justice U sounds like a cool show. I think it should be called Justice United or something like that. Because U is a bit confusing, I think, to some people. And also for social media, I don't think it works that well, if I'm being honest. Henry is Kingdom Come Superman. Oh, imagine if they did a Kingdom Come Superman film and it was Henry Cavill. That would be cool, yeah. Justice University. Oh, is that what it stands for? Justice U? I thought it was like Justice United. I know it's about like a bunch of university kids that Diggle is specifically like teaching. So I'm not sure. I always imagined Henry Cavill as Injustice Superman. That's a decent idea, Nathan. Like, yeah, I can see that. He can be dark for sure. Okay, so well, we're nearly actually at an hour now. I don't know if Gary's actually still here, but I think we're gonna have to end the stream at an hour either way. So Gary, if you're here, send in your final super chat if you had something you wanted to ask. Because yeah, it's definitely it's like nearly midnight here, and we're reaching the hour mark. Obviously longer than expected, but having fun reading through some of your comments. And yeah, Eric says, I saw the final season of Arrow. The pilot for Green Arrow and the Canaries focusing on Oliver's daughter was a great idea. It's just a tragedy. Oh, that's interesting. So most people actually weren't such big fans of the idea of Green Arrow and the Canaries, but it's good to see someone like you, Eric, who was at least interested. Because I know there was a lot of backlash to them actually trying to do that in one of the episodes to like do a backdoor pilot. There's always a bit like that, like with Painkiller, and I mean specifically with specifically with what was I trying to say? I don't know what I was trying to say. I'm going crazy here. It's too late. Alwatch says, I'm glad that I got a chance to say hi. See you, Ben. Well, I'll see you later, Alwatch. I appreciate it. Oh, you're number 4, Nathan says. Hope it's okay to send a video to you on Twitter to check out. Send it tomorrow. No problem. Thank you very much, Alwatch, for the super chat and also tuning in to the stream. Yeah, well, send me the video and I'll go watch it tomorrow when you send it. Well, good night and Happy New Year. You too, Willie. Can't wait for the Flash. Me too. Tina has sent in a 179 super chat. Thank you very much, Tina, for the final super chat of the live stream, and hey to you. Thanks, Andy. You too, and Happy New Year to you. Get well soon to everyone who is sick out there. You know how it is in the winter, especially if you live in Europe or I guess America. Like America's getting hit bad with the storms, with the snowstorms. Same in Canada, I presume, very cold. So rest up, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow for a new video, of course. And obviously, go check out my video that was released earlier today. I mentioned that. Plus, if you want to get any merchandise, please be sure to click on the link in the description below. But it's this link, which you can see on the screen right here. If you want to get any merchandise, like I said, this is limited edition. So all of these designs will be going away sometime soon when we design new designs for merch. So for now, go ahead. If you want to get merch and support the channel, now is the time to get it. Click on the link and go get it. So for now, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in a bit. And yeah, sorry, Gary, if you're still here, but gotta end the stream. It's an hour now. So see you guys later. Goodbye.